Hey friends, welcome. Today we're going to talk about one of Bend's probably most underrated neighborhood districts. It doesn't get the love that some of the other districts do because it is centrally located, but it's not on the west side. The homes are older, but yet not historical. The homes are on the less expensive side, yet they also have typically larger lot sizes. All in all, it's a great place. Let's bring it up on a map. Now, 3rd Street acts as the north-south kind of boundary here. Franklin Road and then Greenwood kind of become the northern boundary line. Reed Market is the southern boundary line. And then all the way out east by 27th is kind of more or less all the way out to town. That's kind of the eastern boundary of this district. Now, as we mentioned before in some of the other videos, the city of Bend kind of neatly packaged up these 13 neighborhood districts for us throughout Bend. And it actually really makes it quite easy to understand sort of the characteristics of some of these different districts, because a lot of times many of them are very similar. They have very similar price points, or they have very similar amenities, or the housing's sometimes the same. Even the age is sometimes very comparable with a lot of these homes, and that's kind of the case in this particular district. Now, there are some outliers, but if you want to know about a particular area of town, these districts make it a really easy way to kind of sort through and figure out what's what. So if you want to see some of the other districts, maybe after this video, or maybe right now if you hit pause and then come directly right back, that'd be good. We'll go ahead and throw a link up here so you can check out some of the other neighborhood districts. Okay, so let's go ahead and dive in and take a look at what we have here in the Larkspur community. Amenities. Okay, probably the most well-known neighborhood amenity that we have here in this Larkspur district would be known by the same title, the Larkspur Community Center. Now, this is relatively new. It opened back in 2021 and is a 34,000 square foot fitness, swim, and community center. It has an 8,000 square foot fitness center, and its 4,000 square foot aquatic center actually features a 135,000 gallon recreation and leisure pool, complete with lazy river and hot tub. And finally, the kicker to all of this is that it also encompasses and basically has folded in the Bend Senior Center, offering fitness, recreation, and learning to all. I'm gonna go ahead and write down a video idea because I think it's probably a pretty good idea to include some of Bend Park and Rec's most awesome and well-known facilities. I mean, they've got some really incredible stuff here. If we did a video on that, I bet you would like it. In fact, give us a like if you'd watch it. Okay, moving on. Other notable amenities in the area include Ponderosa Park. It is a 19-acre park that really kind of includes a little bit of everything. It's great. It's got some huge ponderosa trees, probably where they got the name. It's got some grass fields, it's got a soccer field, a baseball field, maybe multiple ones. Some natural areas, there's an off-leash dog park, which I actually haven't been to. And to my recollection, it's probably home to Bend's first skate park. I'm pretty sure it's the first. There's a basketball court, and in my mind, I can see tennis courts, but it didn't say it on the website, so I'm not sure what's going on there. I'm pretty sure there's tennis courts there. Maybe there's not. Anyway, it's a great park. I haven't been there in years, but it definitely holds some pretty fond memories in my heart. There's also a couple of businesses here that are probably worth noting, although there's not really a whole lot of kind of publicly facing, businesses, except for right along 3rd Street. I mean, that's obviously a big one. I mean, there's the Safeway right there on 3rd Street in Franklin. Ooh, there's New York City Sub Shop. There's a pro tip for you. The best cheesesteak sandwiches. Spider City Brewing is an all-female owned, brew pub, which is pretty awesome. The Bend Rock Gym is like the indoor rock climbing, gym here in town. Oh, and El Sancho Tacos, like the OG, their original location, is also located technically in this district. And the last thing that I really wanted to bring up as a key amenity to this particular neighborhood district is the Pilot Butte Airport. No lie. Okay, well, kind of. There actually is an airstrip right in the middle of this area. And I have seen planes take off and land from this airstrip. Although, admittedly, it's been quite a few years. I don't think, but I also don't know if anyone currently has a plane that they're using the airfield, that they live on the airfield or on the airstrip. But there is an airstrip right there. It is lined with houses. And I looked at an aerial satellite image, and it looks like there are 4 homes with hangars and kind of little driveways out to the airstrip for people who may or may not have small private planes. Pretty cool. So it's kind of a joke, but also Not really. I mean, how cool would that be? Okay, we should probably talk a little bit more about the industrial side of this district as well. The train track runs through this district and actually creates kind of an industrial area around it. So from 9th Street coming off of Bend High School all the way back to the train tracks, there's kind of this industrial / warehouse, kind of commercial area with a lot of, kind of industrial warehouse clear span buildings. There's a lot of manufacturing and a lot of building suppliers call that area home as well. Now that that is settled, you probably really want to know about the neighborhoods in this district, right? Well, actually, I've got a funny story, and I got to get this off my chest first. Just this is kind of like a timeout real quick. Just bear with me. The other day, Kristen, who is a member of our team, was actually holding an open house, and a couple of different people actually came in with a very similar story. They walked in and said, "Hey, we're big fans of the channel, and we were just coming in to check out your open house because we saw it on YouTube. We wanted to come in and say hi to John," and the conversation carried on from that point. At which they also, basically admitted that they had just listed their home here in the area. To which Kristen was like, "Well, why didn't you call us?" And admittedly, they almost looked shocked and embarrassed enough to say, "Well, we don't know. Why didn't we call you?" Then they went on to say that they were actually in contract on another house over on the other side of town. But we sell on that side of town too, right? I guess our point is that we do want to work with you, and we have a whole team of people that are ready to hear from you. So if you or someone you know is looking to buy or sell in Bend, give us a call. Go to our website, fill out a form. Just call us directly. We don't care. We love to hear from you. We love to serve our audience and our fans and our viewers on our channel. All right, let's go back to the neighborhood. Like I said in the beginning, there are some great hoods in here that don't always get the credit they deserve, maybe partially because they were a little bit more on the east side, although they are very nicely and neatly centrally located in the middle of town. I find that the homes in these neighborhoods are typically a little bit older, but that's usually a good thing because they come with a much larger lot size. Take Tanglewood, for example. Nearly 250 homes. It's right off of Reed Market, just behind the Larkspur Community Center, like we already mentioned. This neighborhood was built out back in the 90s, and the lot sizes are all larger. Not acres, but quarter acres, mature landscaping, nice larger homes. There are some absolute gems in here. Tell you what, you upgrade the house that's already there, put in some new floors, some solid surfaces, change out the fixtures, maybe a little paint. You're gonna have a beautifully upgraded home on a great lot in a great neighborhood, all at a more affordable East Side price point. Davis Addition is another great area. There's like 9 roads, I think, that all come off of Pettigrew and run north, and all of these homes feature basically 3/4 of an acre sized lots. They're square, they're not too narrow, they're nice and wide. A lot of ranch homes were built on these. This is back in the 70s, but again are actually in pretty great shape. Because of the truss system overhead, they easily lend themselves out to nice open living spaces on the interior and are great for remodeling. Again, great opportunity to get a decent house that's ready to be, upgraded and remodeled and maybe added onto, all on a nice big 3/4 acre lot. I mean, and then you hit Pettigrew and you're right there at the Forum Shopping Center where, Costco and Safeway and all those great shopping areas are in that corner there. And then of course, if you do hit Reed Market or even Bear Creek, you can jet straight back into town. It's a pretty great and easy location to get around from. Hollow Pine Estates is another great neighborhood, in my opinion, is probably one of the more best kept secrets in Bend. And the reason is because the homes are all, relatively newer. They were built in the early 2000s, right? But they're built on wider lots than normal for that time. All of the lots are wider, meaning, here's the trick, they have what most people who live in Bend want. That 3rd car garage and RV parking. So big lots, for the most part, big homes too. Early 2000s is not too old right now. Again, easy to upgrade and update with new fixtures and maybe new cabinets and countertops, but not really blowing walls out and doing full remodel kind of stuff, right? Good value, nice sized lot, and again, very close to all of those kind of east side amenities near Pilot Butte. Don't let me skip over Air Park Estates. Yeah, so Air Park Estates is not a big neighborhood. I think there's 20 or 30 homes in there, but it's actually the neighborhood that, butts up against the airstrip that we talked about before. So this neighborhood was built back in the 70s and the 80s. So, obviously the landscaping is gonna be very full and very mature here, right? Which is great. Big tall trees, providing lots of shade to the neighborhood. And I must say, it's not like all the homes back up against the airstrip, so not everybody gets their own private access. But it's pretty cool to be in a neighborhood where, your neighbor may have a plane. I mean, how bougie is that? Okay, the last couple of spots that I want to mention is that, well, they're not really spots, it's just kind of like the area. The further east you go, you see, back a couple of decades ago, most of the area on that east side of town was really a bunch of small, kind of 1 to 5 acre hobby farms. And over time, those small hobby farms were sold off to developers for, infill development. So for the most case, there's a ton of little tiny neighborhoods that are just kind of all over the place over there kind of by 27th, because it's hard to buy a bunch of acreage at one time to make one giant neighborhood. And it's easier to just buy an acre here, put 4 or 5, 6 homes on it, buy 5 acres there, put maybe 25 or 30 homes on it. And that's kind of what we have. But that makes it all the more interesting to find great little gems in there. Gardenside is one of those little gems. It's actually on the east side of 27th. And there's a lot of great homes in there, great parks. There's a nursery right there. I mean nursery as in for gardening, but there's also like a daycare, kind of preschool daycare area there as well, which is actually pretty unique. These small little infill hoods are oftentimes more affordable and provide really great options for first-time home buyers. So if you're looking for an area town that's just off the beaten path, that offers maybe some extra yard space, backyard space, and yet might be in a little bit more of an older, thus more unique neighborhood, then Larkspur has some really great options for you. Couple that with some great parks and a brand new swim and fitness center, and Larkspur's got some really great areas for you to settle down, spread your wings, and enjoy that Bend lifestyle. So again, if you or someone you know is looking to buy or sell here in the area, my team and I would love to be your local real estate resource of choice. You can reach out to us directly. You'll find our information probably down in the description of this video, or it's pretty simple. You can just go to krommrealestate.com and reach out to us there. We would love to hear from you. Also, be sure to follow us on our Instagram account. Sometimes you get some more kind of behind the scenes information on what's going on locally in the market, like a real-time update stuff that we can't get to every single week when we're doing these videos. Be sure to check us out there as well. All right, thanks for watching, and we will see you next week.